Lesson 513, Applying Rules. Our learning target today is I can use addition and subtraction to solve what's my rule problems. We're going to continue our work from lesson 512 when we started learning about what's my rule problems. Reviewing what's my rule problems. Boys and girls, in lesson 512, we learned about a function machine. Here's a picture of a function machine. Who can tell me what a function machine does to each number that is put in? Great job. Now let's practice a little bit of work with a function machine just like we did in lesson 5.12. Boys and girls, you should have your number grid in front of you right now so that we can do a little bit of thinking as we think about what numbers go in and then what numbers come out to figure out what our rule is. So boys and girls, if we take a look, our first set of numbers is a 2 would go in and then a 4 would come out. And remember that our rule is always going to be the same. So our next set of numbers, a 6 is going to go in and an 8 is going to come out. Give me a thumbs up right now if you think you know what the rule is. That's right. Our rule is plus 2. Let's check and see if that works with the rest of the numbers that are in our in and out chart here. So if we put 9 in, add 2, 10, 11 comes out. Very nice. If we put 10 in, we add 2, 11, 12, 12 comes out. So boys and girls, using our number grid and what we know about numbers, we were able to figure out that this was a plus problem because the number went up and it was adding 2 each time. Let's practice. Today, boys and girls, we're going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to show you and tell you what the rule is, and I'm also going to give you some in numbers. And then we're going to work together to see if we can figure out what the out numbers would be. So boys and girls, I'm going to put in our rule, subtract 2. Okay, so our first number is going to be 7. So if we put a 7 into our rule box and subtract 2, what number would come out? That's right. 5 would be the number that comes out. Let's try another one. If I put 11 in, that 11's going to go in, and then we do our rule, which is take away 2 or subtract 2. What would our answer be? Use your number grid or your number line to figure this out. That's right. Our answer would be 9. 11 take away 2 equals 9. Let's get a little bit bigger of a number and see if we can figure it out. If we put 19 in, do our rule, which is subtract 2, what number would come out? That's right. The number that would come out is 17. This works even when we use really big numbers. So if we put in the number 50 and we take away 2, what number would come out? You're getting good at this. You're right, 48 would come out. Now boys and girls, I'm going to extend this because on some of our work, they add another box and they want you to think of your own. So let me think, how about if we use the number 34? So boys and girls, right now I want you to look at your number grid and figure out what number would come out if we use the number 34. That's right. The number that would come out is 32. Okay, boys and girls, let's open up to page Journal 105. Now you can have the option to work with the teacher, or you can work on this independently. If you notice on number 1, we're going to need to find our rule first. So in order to do that, we need to look at our in number. Our in number is 3, and then our out number is 5. So by looking at that, we know the number goes up, so our rule is going to be a plus. We need to figure out how much. So if we think about our number grid, I'm just going to draw a little quick one here. We have a 3, 4, 5. And so now if I count my jumps, 1, 2, from 3 to 5, our rule is plus 2. Okay, I'm going to erase this real quick, and I'm going to see if that works with our other numbers in our chart here. So again, I'll make a quick little number line, and we've got 12, 13, 14. Our in number was 12, and our out number was 14. So if I try that and I go 12, 13, 14, 1, 2. So again, our rule plus 2 works again. So go ahead, if we check the next one, 10, 11, 12, plus 2 works. Now, boys and girls, you have a little bit of a time. You can go ahead and fill in your own number. So pick a number and put it in the in spot right here. Put it through our function machine, add 2, and what would our out number be? Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to work on problem 2, and again we need to figure out our rule first by looking at our in and out numbers. So I start by looking at my in numbers, and I see that it starts with 4 and goes back to 1. So that kind of makes me think this is going to be a subtraction problem or a takeaway problem. So I'm going to right away in my rule box put a minus. Now I need to figure out how much is it taking away each time? How much are they subtracting? So I'm going to draw my little number grid. Again, you have yours in front of you. And let's see, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to do some jumps to figure out how many they're taking away. 1, 2, 3. So our rule is going to be minus 3. Let's see if that works with our next set of numbers. So I'm going to quickly erase this and try it with our next set. So I'll draw a quick little number grid again. And I've got 12, 11, 10, 9. So I'm going to check those jumps again to see if it's a subtract 3. 1, 2, 3. I went from 12 down to 9. So again, that was 3 jumps. So boys and girls, now you could check 17 to 14 and see if that's 3 jumps. Now it's your turn to go ahead and put 2 new numbers in. Good job. Let's continue our work on journal page 105. Now we're on number 3. This one changes a little bit. It says what comes out. If you notice this one here, the rule is already given to us and it says it's plus 10. So we have our number grid in front of us and we can check our in, and they've already done this first one, so if we count up from 3, we count up 10, we're going to get 13. So boys and girls, right now you need to go to the number 16 is our in number, and it's going to go through our function machine, and we're going to add 10 and see what we get for an out number. Go ahead and do this now. That's right, the number we get is 26. Let's go ahead and try the next one. This one we're going to start at 25 and we're going to put it through our function machine so we know we're going to add 10. So use your number grid and count up 10. We're adding 10, so our number needs to get bigger. and see if you can figure out what our next number is going to be. Nice work, boys and girls. You're right. Our next number is going to be 35 in our out column. Now it's your turn to go ahead and pick whatever number you want to do for an in. Put it through our function machine where you're going to add 10 and figure out what your out is. Do this now. So boys and girls, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to make our own. I think the easiest way to do a make your own problem is to decide what kind of a rule you want to have first. Are you going to add or subtract? And how much are you going to add or subtract? So boys and girls, I'm going to, for this one, just say I'm going to add 2. So right now, boys and girls, I want you to decide what is your rule going to be. Are you going to add or subtract? Go ahead and write this now. Now, boys and girls, you're going to decide what number do you want to put in your function machine. You can pick any number because you're going to put it through the rule in the function machine and come up with an out number. So I'm going to start with 7, and I'm going to put it through my function machine. And 7 plus 2, 7, 8, 9, the answer would be 9. Boys and girls, I want you to work on this all by yourself. Good job completing page 105 on your own or with the video. So boys and girls, the last thing we're going to do today is we have Math Masters practice page 323. On this page here, you'll be able to continue to practice this work on your own. Have fun!